This time on
I'd like to introduce you to Noel.
Hi, Noel.
If you are like me, you're a big do-it-yourself guy. While modern hospitals are simple and convenient, you just can't beat the savings of doing something at home. Besides, do you really want your baby to be filled with big medicines 5G vaccinations at the moment they emerge? To make sure you have the best for your post-fetus, let someone who did all of 10 minutes of YouTube research teach you how to yeet that miniature human out of a woman's vajangus. It can be difficult to tell when a pregnant woman is ready to give birth. One of the most clear signs is when the mother's socks have been drenched in amniotic fluid that schlopped out of the birth hole. You've probably heard about when someone's water breaks. This is what that refers to. If the water breaks and the baby doesn't begin slowly and painfully wriggling out within 12 hours, go to the hospital to induce labor, because the baby can become at risk of infection. At this point, the woman will probably begin to experience contractions. You need to see if the cervix is dilating to see if these are true contractions. Now, I'm already testing robot boundaries. I definitely can't draw what it would look like for that to happen. You're on this video, I know you know how to use the internet, just fill in the gaps. It's very common to suffer false contractions before the actual day of giving birth. If contractions are 10 minutes apart, that means they're probably in real labor. Keep a clock running in between those extremely painful organ squeezes, because when they're 3 to 5 minutes apart, it means it's close, and when it's 2 minutes, it means get ready to catch. That baby's gonna pop out and land head facing down, and it's gonna be really hard to convince the mother that the baby just came out like that. Now that the baby is crowning, there's gonna be a lot of amniotic fluid, a lot of blood, and a lot of poop. Just like a very urgent cleanup job, we're gonna need all the clean towels and sanitization we can get. The poo actually delivers beneficial bacteria to the baby, which helps get the digestive system started. C-section babies don't get access to this poop, and in some cases, it sets back the early development of the child. This proves once and for all with science that pooping on babies is a good thing.
I don't know if it proves.
Proving once and for all! It's time to get the mother as comfortable as possible. The legs up position is actually not any better for the mother. It's just a really good movie shot. The woman should find the position that would be most comfortable for them. Squatting is usually pretty comfortable, and it opens up the birth canal 20% more than it usually is. I love that we have a percentage statistic on birth canal wideness. Now that the birth canal is good and widened by 20%, that lady needs to push. Tell her to tuck her head down and concentrate on having 3 to 4 downward facing pushes per contraction. She needs to breathe deep in order to mitigate the pain and help her focus. When the baby does start to come out, support the head with your hand so the baby's neck doesn't snap like a popsicle stick boat under the weight of a morbidly obese hamster. For God's sake, do not pull on the head of the baby. Not only could this result in serious nerve damage, but it can also result in the condition known in the medical community as baby with no fucking head. If the umbilical cord is wrapped around the baby's neck, gingerly lift it around so as to not make a flesh noose around the incredibly fragile gizzard of your precious newborn offspring. It should naturally rotate as it pops out of her giblet hole like a wine cork leaving the bottle. But unlike a wine cork, stabbing a corkscrew through the top is not helpful in this process. If the mother is still having trouble when it's past the shoulders, tell her to grab her thighs and pull them towards her stomach, which will help the baby fall out. Now that you have the baby in your arms, you gotta get all that blood, amniotic fluid, and poop out of the sinuses and mouth. To do this, flip it over and let gravity do the work, and then rub the body vigorously with a clean towel so it encourages it to breathe. Some doctors smacked it on the butt at this part, but apparently this is one of those times the doctors were making a strange, unnecessary, and potentially harmful mistake for many years, and no one knew. Once you know this thing has the baseline brain function to breathe, signifying that the mother will not sue immediately on handoff, give it to the lady whose hole it fell out of. Make sure full skin-on-skin contact is achieved. The baby should also feed right away so both the mother and the baby release oxytocin. You should then harvest this resulting oxytocin to sell it to nightclubs in Spain over the dark web. Anyways, now the lining of the uterus needs to be pushed out. Offer this to the mother to eat it like some people do, and if she refuses and looks slightly unsettled, you'll know now that it is safe to leave the child with them as they are not insane. Now you need to cut the cord. Make sure to feel it to make sure there is no longer a pulse. At some point after the birth, blood stops flowing through it. If you cut before that, both baby and mommy are gonna be less lovey and more bleed out on the floory. To prevent any chance of this, tie one string very tightly around 3 inches away from the baby's belly button and one 2 inches away from that. Take the sharpest sterile thing you have access to and cut between these 2 bands. Congratulations! You have successfully pulled one human from outside of another. I know what you're thinking. What in the name of holy hell was the crap from the beginning? Robots? It's fake. It's not what you think it is. It's fake. It's a medical presentation, and this is for educational purposes only. I don't know what's about to happen. Oh, God, I don't even know how to explain this. So I think I just have to show it to you.
I'd like to introduce you to Noelle.
Hi, Noelle.
Noelle is a high-fidelity birth simulator, and this is what we use for students before they actually have their clinical placements and work with real people.
Noelle doesn't look too good. Something's wrong with Noelle. Noelle clearly needs help. Noelle has a look of sheer goddamn terror on her face. Noelle wants to get the hell out of there. What are you doing to Noelle? What did you do to her face? It looks like it's falling off.
It's important that we can see the vulva for us to know if birth is imminent.
Oh, I could see it. I could see it. The whole audience can see it. Can I show that? I don't even know if I can show that. It's not real. Of course it's not real. It looks like a goddamn plastic face bank.
We would be listening to the fetal heart and the mother's vital signs.
We would be, but this is just this lady's sick fantasy with a modified sex doll. So there's no heartbeat.
But now we are going to concentrate on whether there is any visualization of our baby. So if you can take a little peep here, you can just see the baby's head.
Oh my God, they actually have a baby coming out of there. Oh my.
As you can see now, we can anticipate an imminent birth. So we've got our hand now poised in anticipation that the mother may decide to push involuntarily. At this stage, I would...
Oh my God, what the was that? What, did that thing just speak?
Involuntarily. At this stage, I would...
That thing spoke.
We do not want that head to be birthed too quickly because of course, the brain within the fetal skull is very, very delicate, and therefore we do not want this imminent champagne cork type birth. So, at this stage...
What the fuck? Did they program it to scream in pain? They programmed Noelle to scream in pain. No, yeah, okay. Want to make it realistic. Fuck it. Why don't you make it shit too? Why don't you make it actually shit like we talked about in the video? You want it to be realistic? You got screams of pain, so you obviously do.
Now, you can just see this much of the baby's head is about to crown. Again, reassuring Noelle. Noelle, this might sting at the moment, I know, but you must concentrate and work with me now for us to have the safe birth of your baby. You're doing really well. Constant reassurance.
Did that robot lady just scream, "This is the worst pain ever"?
Constant reassurance.
It said it in the most cold, dead, soulless voice. I love it.
My hand is placed now just to ease and protect and support. And as you can see, the head is slowly birthing.
This is the worst pain ever!
They have it on a loop.
Pant and 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 pant. Well done. This is fantastic. The baby's head is born. And this is a wonderful moment to reassure the mother that most of the difficult part of the birth is over.
Okay, so, I don't know what the fuck I was expecting this to be. It was pretty much what I was expecting this to be. You needed to see that. If you didn't, I'm sorry, but you saw it. Yeah, so that was that. If you like this video, you should like, comment, subscribe, devote all of your life to feeding more robot good boy points into my account. And also, I don't know, maybe deliver another small human who will do the same with its entire existence. Whatever gets me more robot good boy points, that's the goal. I want to thank my most devoted cult members for showing up to pump up those robot good boy points and watching every video, and we couldn't have grown this much without you. You know, cult together, strong. I really do appreciate it. As always, like, sub, and hit the bell, and I will see you all in hell.